Hitting up some bench pressing, doing some bench pressing and some curls, building up them biceps. This is a dude workout, you know, this is every dude's favorite workout, and it's for the dudes. You know, they say curls for the girls, right? But I think it's buys for the guys is more what it's about. And then if you want to attract a bunch of men, get a bunch of attention that way, you build up some unstoppable pecs and you hit up a lot of bench pressing. This is going out to all my dudes out there.
Build up the chest.
I'll let you hear me. Here we go. Plus it's a great bro workout. Working out with my bro. Using some bro science. Up. Yay.
What you got here, boy?
Doing some reps with the slanger so I can keep my shoulder intact here.
Mm-hmm. Right. 1, 2, 3.
MBSlingshot.com. Go get yourself a slanger. This one's a resistance slanger. The resistance slingshot. This is like the, think of it as a level 1. If you wanted to step up, you can to something a little bit stronger, you can go level 2. This is the original slingshot that Mark made. This is called the full bore. It's named after me, the boar. It's got tapered sleeves. If you see that, it's just a little bit of a tighter fit, right? And then if you want to go really crazy and get really nuts, you can go with the Mad Dog, because this is named after our older brother. If you see this one, it's double as thick. It's more stiff. And then also the thing that I think is going to revolutionize some stuff soon is this thing. As we put more of these out, this is a slingshot push-up, which is kind of made for people that can't do push-ups, whether it be men or women. We see a lot of women who are like going into the military. They start using this slingshot push-up, and then all of a sudden they can do all of their required push-ups no problem after using this for a couple months. It just helps to give you a little boost, and it helps you to get there on your own. So a lot of people will look at these things as a crutch, but they're not crutches at all. They're there so you don't get hurt, and you can build up gradually, and you can get there on your own. It's like, think of it like training wheels, not as a crutch.
MBSlingshot.com. I haven't really been benching that often, so take a quarter, see how that feels. Go from there. It's 365 pounds. Getting those curls in between the sets, you know, it's working kind of an opposing muscle group. The biceps are not all that involved in the bench press, so you get to kind of keep your heart rate up. It doesn't make it any more difficult. In my opinion, it's not really taken away from the bench press. It's something I've done throughout my whole lifting career. I've never known for it to have any negative consequences to it. Sometimes I would train like rotator cuff or back or the back of the shoulders in between sets. And when I was getting ready for a contest or for a meet and I was focused on a heavy bench day, that might be the one time where I would just hone in and focus in on just the bench. But that would be for like a 3 or 4 week period. All the other times I would do stuff in between it. Because why not? Why not keep moving? I like wearing a lifting belt when I bench, because in my opinion, you can't really do much to organize your spine when you're bench pressing. But you can do a lot of things to organize your spine when you go to do a deadlift and when you go to do a squat. But in this case, because you're lying down and you're on a piece of equipment, you know, think about the other things that you're doing, the deadlift and the squat, you're not really on a piece of equipment. Ooh, you're lifting the weight off of the squat rack, but your body isn't on a piece of equipment. In this case, we're on a piece of equipment, we're on a fixed piece of equipment with the weight kind of coming down, shoving our shoulders into a weird position, and I think our hips and lower back are in the worst position. So I think bench pressing is actually a lot more dangerous on the lower back than it's given than it's given credit for, or has been paid attention to by people. I always like throwing a belt. Oh!
Drop it, there you go.
Starting to feel that a little bit. Try that same weight again in a minute. See if I can get a set of 5 with it.
Where'd you get the boar nickname?
The boar?
Yeah.
I was always like short, fat, and destructive. So I don't know. It came from, I used to always say go full bore. And then we joked because it's actually spelled differently, but it just kind of came from, we always talked about going full bore. And then I just became the boar. And then the Lion King came out and Pumbaa was out. It was like perfect. It all worked out.
Nice, good set.
People on YouTube keep asking why they call him Smelly. Tell us why they call him Smelly.
Well, it's better than calling him his other nicknames that we had for him, like Big Chief Crusty Tooth or Vinegar Butt. We had all sorts of weird names. Mark Eagle, because he always used to squint in the sun like this, and he looked like an eagle. We had all these weird nicknames for him. For whatever reason, Smelly is just the one that stuck. What happened with the nicknames is they actually really picked up when we started, when we moved to California and we all got into wrestling. It was like the wrestling league that we were in, UPW. They knew us from the beginning as like Mad Dog, Boar, and Smelly. So it became just a thing. Like when you have people like John Cena calling you Boar, it just sticks, right? Like it tends to stick. And you know, it's like John Cena versus Smelly, and Smelly just embraced that nickname and went with it. And everybody hated it. The only person I've ever heard in the wrestling world that actually thought it was a great name to use was the only person that would matter would be Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon thought it was brilliant because Mark took a nickname where he's been picked on his whole life and he turned it into something good. Like, go ahead, call me Smelly, I'll whoop your ass. That was the idea behind it. It's like using a childhood nickname that you didn't like to embrace your fear, embrace the haters, and that's what Mark has done every step of the way anyway. Look at him, all jacked over here.
It's like basically a little like ammonia smelling salts type thing. Makes you cry a little bit. You kind of heighten your senses, your emotions a little bit.
Smelly salts.
Get you a little fired up. Up! Got a 5er in there. Gotta work my way back up to like 405 or so for 5. That'd be good. That's a good start though. Here you go, Boar. Yep. 1, 2, 3, yep. Nice. Take it. Day number 70, Carnivore 100. I don't even know why we're keeping track of days, because we're just going to be doing this for days and days and days and days and days and days and days. But feeling really good. Haven't really had much in the way of carbohydrate since like November 1, however many days that is. Started the carnivore diet about 70 days ago. Before that, I was doing some keto. Got some blood work back yesterday. I'll make you guys aware of all that. I'll show you all the information. Interestingly enough, those of you that say you can't be glycogenated or can't be full, you have some real misinformation, because based off of a 12 or maybe actually more like 14 or 16 hour fast, my fasted glucose levels We're at 99. So you got to rethink some of the dialogue, some of the stuff that you're saying. It's not based on any truth. A lot of what we're seeing, you know, Sean Baker has gone over this before. There could also be other reasons why my glucose is a little high. It could be the amount of insulin I inject myself with all the time. Just kidding. It could be just lack of sleep. I don't really love to sleep, so there could be other reasons why the glucose levels are high. But anyway, we're on day number 70, and we're gonna go hard in the paint. We've been working at this the entire time, but we're just gonna bring in some of the strict rules that we had in the beginning. Remember, in the beginning, it was a carnivore challenge, right? It was a 30-day carnivore challenge, or a 31-day carnivore challenge. And then it turned into what I call Carnivore 100, which wasn't really a challenge to see if you could only eat meat. It was bringing in a lifestyle. With that lifestyle, we brought in dairy. With that lifestyle, I brought in some Slingshot protein and some other things. Having a Zevia drink or something like that. Having, you know, things that have artificial sweeteners in it here and there. To me, it was okay because it was part of the lifestyle, it's part of the Carnivore 100. But now we're going back. We're going back to the good stuff, and I'm excited to kind of end this thing with a punctuation point. And it really won't be the end. All I'm going to do from there is probably roll into maybe a little bit of vertical dieting, or maybe even a little bit of ketogenic dieting. We'll see. I would like to open up the playbook a little bit, have it more laxed, have it more open. You know, I talked to my wife about it too. And she was like, oh, I'd love that if we could cook up some keto recipes, if there was some vegetables in there here and there. But you bet your ass I'm still going to be, you know, fully based in meat. It's going to be still going to be a meat-based diet. In addition to that, what I'd love for all y'all to jump in on with me, because this is really important, I want everybody to pay attention to their sleep. And so what I'm calling for right here is I want everybody that's up for it. I want everybody to join me, and let's make sure we're getting the right amount of rest. This is going to include that you are in bed. I want you in bed for 8.5 hours. I don't want to use the word try. I'm going to commit to lying down for 9 hours, okay? I'm just going to commit to 9 hours of that. It's going to be really difficult for me, as it's going to be difficult for you. We all have things pressing and we don't want to sleep for that long, but that's what I'm going to work on. I tried a CPAP years ago, and it didn't work very well. I tried it and tried it and tried it and tried it, and I didn't end up with anything. I wasn't able to use it. It just didn't seem like it was ever going to be something that fit or worked for me, but I'm going to go back to it. I want to explore it again, because I think it's a missing piece of the puzzle. I sleep okay, I fall asleep pretty good, but I still wake up. I still have hypoxia, basically. I barely even know what the term means, but I think the gist of it is that I don't get into a full deep sleep. When I've tracked things before, I have like 14 or 15 minutes, sometimes only 10 minutes of deep sleep. You're supposed to get like about 2 hours. I don't know if that's still the case for me, because I haven't looked at it in a long time, even though oftentimes I wear an Oura ring. I just haven't looked at it in a while, but I'm going to start tracking it again, start paying a little bit more attention to it, and see if I can kind of get that deeper sleep. Rhino has given me some suggestions on what I can do to maybe impact my sleep. But what happens is, because I don't get into a deep sleep, I wake up in the middle of the night several times to use the bathroom, and that's been me for the last, I don't know, 15 or 20 years. So maybe it's just normal for me, but I need to explore it, because it just sucks. I wake up, sometimes right now what I do is I just wake up and I just accept it, because sometimes it's hard to go back to sleep, and I just stay up and I edit videos for you guys. And I pump these videos out, and Carlos gets them at 3 in the morning or 5 in the morning or 2 in the morning or whenever I get done with them. But that's what I've been doing. Gonna try to switch that up, and gonna try to make a commitment to sleeping a lot better. So that's the 30-day challenge. 30 days challenge is to lay in bed for at least 8.5 hours. I would love for you to put your phone away a half an hour before that. So that's 9 hours of going without your phone. Might be hard for some of you, but that's the challenge, the sleep challenge. I start working on strength again, in the beginning, I make things a little bit harder than they should be. This reduction in weight right here should probably be like 275. Just so I can get more reps, but I'm just gonna go with this. Make it a little tougher. I still know it's gonna be safe, but just make it a little harder. Week 1, get past those mental barriers. And hopefully in a couple weeks I'll be doing that 405 for a few reps. I just been a little out of practice on the bench, but need to get that going again. Bring the strength back up. Just fun, just feels good. I should be able to do 10 reps, right? Come on.
You can do anything you want, Smelly.
Yeah, I think I should be able to do at least 10 reps. For Pete's sakes. Oh. Here's number 10, baby. I got it.
Oh, it's so
Gotta walk around. Bam. That wasn't too bad. That should be more like 15 or so.
That was amazing.
That
was
was
a good one.
Yeah, it was alright. Good exercise. Nice. Felt pretty good. Nice work. Holy shit. That hurt. Give that a try. Let me see. Let's see how you do it. There you go, boy. Nice, nice. Good. Yeah, this is we have this like Bandel bar, whatever the hell this thing's called. We have a bar that's basically made out of like bamboo. We're hooking some bands through the sides of it. And if you don't have anything like this, you could just set this up with bands on a regular bar. It'll have a very similar effect. But these will just oscillate and move all over the place. And so, the reason why I sometimes have a hard time explaining this stuff is, to me, this doesn't really matter or make much of a difference. It's just a thing to do. Like, we just have it, so I do it. I don't think you necessarily need it. For a lot of newer people, they might see it and they might think they have to do it. But really, just laying down and moving around a pair of dumbbells is going to be effective too. But you'll see, this is going to go all over the place. And because it goes all over the place, I have to work harder on stabilizing it.
Chris, what's your earliest memory of working out with Mark?
My earliest memory?
Yeah, what can you remember? Yeah.
The earliest thing I ever remember was we went in our basement and we had gotten this machine. It was called a Marcy home system, and it had like it was like, you know, 5 or 6 things. It had like a lat pull down, a bench press. I remember like Mad Dog and I getting him to like come in for the first time and like lift it. He like lifted it and then he kind of like went away, and we're like, what's the matter? He's like, I don't like it really. He didn't really like it at first. And so I don't remember exactly what happened, but after like a couple of weeks where we were just kind of like leaving him to play video games by himself, he just started joining us. So just started kind of happening like that. And then Mad Dog would go work out at the YMCA, and when Mad Dog worked out at the YMCA, then we really started training together. And then I got my license, and he was my little buddy. He was 4 years younger than me, so when I was 16, 17, you know, he's 12, 13, and I'm bringing him to the gym, so it was pretty cool. And like, he was stuck with me. So like, once he got into like lifting, he was just completely stuck, and he had to go to the gym with me. Pretty much we went every single day. Like, we never stopped. We were kind of maniacs about it. We went way too much. My mom used to get mad. We used to miss holidays. Mark almost snapped at my grandmother one day because we couldn't work out because the gym was closed, and he already took Ultimate Orange. And she went to like tap him on the shoulder to ask him if he wants some cake, and he turned around like he was gonna kill her because he was on ephedrine and caffeine and way too much of it.
Ultimate Orange was the original pre-workout.
But he didn't kill her though, so it's all right. I feel like he's gonna knock your teeth right out. Even though it's nowhere near your teeth, you feel like you're gonna just come back on your face and be like,
I feel like it's gonna kill you, right?
yeah. It feels like it's coming right down on your teeth.
Oh, that got to be difficult. Here we go, doing a little metabolic conditioning here at the end. So I got this to do. I got the bike, and then I have some step-ups. The bike, I'm supposed to do like 10 calories, but we're so fat in here that I don't even know if that part of the bike works. So I'll just pedal it until I'm done, I guess. These are the kind of workouts that you're going to see on markbell.com. So those of you checking out our YouTube channel, I really appreciate it. We're rolling some of these out for free here and there to you guys because we appreciate you, because we want you to check it out. But we're not putting all the workouts here. We did that for a long time on the SuperTraining 06 channel. We did that for a long time. And now we're just moving on into doing some different things. If you want to follow along with everything that I do and everything that I did, you're going to want to go to markbell.com. I really appreciate all of you fans. I appreciate everyone that has been sticking by me. Appreciate the support. The support's been amazing. We have 20,000 people that are following us on this channel. We have over 1,000 people over at markbell.com paying that monthly membership, and it's much appreciated. Again, it's just some add-on material. If you want to follow along with every single thing that I do, that's going to be the easiest place to do it, because it's all slapped together. All the old stuff I used to do, all the new stuff I do now, it's all put together. You can see my old school workouts. We have Mark Bell University as well, which has some things that have been on my mind and in my mind, things that have inspired me and motivated me things that I have leaned on, and it's great video content and articles and all kinds of stuff over there. In addition to all that, at markbell.com, we're going to add some old school Power Magazine content to the mix, which I think you guys will love. We have it backlogged. We have 4 or 5 years of training from Stan the Rhino Efforting, Eric Spoto, some of the best lifters in the world, some of the best lifters at the time. All that stuff's still relevant because strength is still strength. Getting strong is still strong. Nothing has changed. And you guys will be provided some great value within all that too. But really appreciate the 20,000 strong that we got here. Thank you guys so much. Continue to share out the information. This is an easy circuit right here, a simple circuit that anyone can do. We're doing sets of 5 here, sets of 8 on the step-ups, and we're doing about 10 calories or 1 minute on the assault bike. Thank you guys so much. Strength is never weakness, weakness is never strength. Catch you all later.